Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going into the field, literally. These 5 watches are built for one purpose above all others, to survive and perform in conditions that would destroy lesser timepieces. We're talking military-grade toughness, real outdoor capability, and the kind of uncompromising design philosophy that prioritizes function so completely that style becomes a natural consequence rather than a deliberate pursuit. Whether you're a military professional, a serious outdoor adventurer, or simply someone who demands absolute reliability from everything they wear, these 5 picks represent the toughest, most dependable watches available at their respective price points. This is not a list for the faint-hearted. Let's get into it. Number 5. Casio G-Shock GW 9400 Rangeman. The Casio G-Shock GW 9400 Rangeman is the field commander of the G-Shock lineup, a watch engineered specifically for the demanding environments that even other G-Shocks treat with caution. Where the standard G-Shock asks what a tough watch looks like, the Rangeman asks what a survival instrument looks like when it happens to tell the time as well, and the answer it provides is both fascinating and deeply practical. 3 critical environmental sensors are embedded directly into the bezel housing: a barometric pressure sensor, an altimeter, and a 3-axis compass, delivering the field awareness data that outdoor professionals rely upon without reaching for a separate instrument or a smartphone with a dying battery. Multi-band's atomic timekeeping synchronizes automatically with radio signals across 6 global transmission stations, and tough solar charging harvests energy from any available light source to keep the watch powered indefinitely in the field. The carbon fiber reinforced resin case construction achieves a combination of strength and low weight that synthetic materials uniquely enable, and the mud-resistant construction, sealed against particulate infiltration in ways that standard water resistance ratings do not address, ensures reliable operation in the genuinely filthy conditions that real outdoor use produces. 200-meter water resistance completes a specification that leaves nothing uncovered. The Rangeman does not ask to be admired. It asks to be trusted, and it has earned that trust completely. The Casio G-Shock GW 9400 Rangeman retails for approximately $200 USDT. Number 4. Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. The Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical earns its place on this list not through sensor arrays or electronic toughness ratings, but through something older, simpler, and in many ways more profound: the absolute reliability of a well-made mechanical watch that requires nothing from the outside world to keep performing. No batteries to die, no solar panels to cover, no radio signals to receive, no Bluetooth to pair. Wind it in the morning, wear it through whatever the day delivers, and it keeps going with the quiet, unwavering dependability of a mechanism that has been refined across more than a century of continuous development. Hamilton's military supply heritage runs deeper than most watch brands care to acknowledge. The U.S. Army trusted Hamilton field watches through some of the most demanding operational theaters of the 20th century, and that history is not decoration here. It is engineering philosophy expressed in every design decision, from the bold Arabic numerals that read instantly under stress to the matte dial that eliminates reflective glare in environments where being seen can have consequences. The ETA 28042 movement inside is among the most proven and longest-lived calibers in Swiss watchmaking, serviceable anywhere in the world by any competent watchmaker with basic tools. In a category defined by electronic complexity, the Khaki Field Mechanical makes the radical argument that simplicity is its own form of toughness, and the argument is completely convincing. The Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical retails for approximately $395 USD. Number 3. Luminox Navy SEAL 3000. The Luminox Navy SEAL 3000 exists because someone asked a genuinely important question: what does a watch need to do when the person wearing it cannot afford for it to fail? And asked it on behalf of people for whom that scenario is not hypothetical. The U.S. Navy SEALs needed a watch that would be readable in absolute darkness without any activation, without pressing any buttons, without any light source whatsoever, and Luminox answered that need with their proprietary self-powered tritium gas tube illumination system, a technology that glows continuously for up to 25 years at a consistent brightness that battery-powered luminescence cannot match and never will. Every index, every hand, Every critical reference point on the dial is filled with these tubes, creating a watch that is as fully legible at 3 in the morning in a blacked-out environment as it is in full afternoon sunlight. The carbon compound case is extraordinarily light despite its imposing 45mm presence, a practical consideration for professionals who wear their watch through extended physical operations, and 200 meters of water resistance handles every aquatic scenario that special operations work produces. The Swiss-made quartz movement keeps precise time without the positional accuracy variations that mechanical movements can introduce. The Navy SEAL 3000 is not trying to impress anyone. It is trying to work every time under every condition without exception. It succeeds on all counts. The Luminox Navy SEAL 3000 retails for approximately $350 to $400 USD. Number 2, Victorinox I.N.O.X. The Victorinox I.N.O.X. carries perhaps the most dramatic and comprehensive toughness certification story of any watch ever brought to market, and the story is not marketing fiction but documented engineering reality. Before the I.N.O.X. was released to the public, Victorinox subjected it to 130 individual tests derived from and exceeding the U.S. military standard 810G specification, a benchmark developed specifically to qualify equipment for deployment in the most extreme operational environments the armed forces encounter. The I.N.O.X. was dropped from altitude, frozen, boiled, pressurized, vibrated, exposed to salt fog and solar radiation, dragged behind a motorcycle, used as a football, attached to a helicopter skid, and subjected to tests that no watch in normal use will ever face, and it passed every single one of them without functional compromise. What makes the I.N.O.X. genuinely remarkable beyond its toughness credentials is how little it sacrifices to achieve them. The 43mm stainless steel case wears with a restrained confidence, rather than the aggressive bulk that military specification watches sometimes demand. The clean dial is immediately legible without unnecessary complexity, and the Swiss quartz movement inside keeps accurate time through conditions that would render most movements inoperable. Victorinox, the maker of the Swiss Army knife, understands what tools need to be, and the I.N.O.X. is a tool in the most complete and honorable sense of that word. The Victorinox I.N.O.X. retails for approximately $350 to $450 USD. Number 1. Casio G-Shock Mudmaster GG B100. The Casio G-Shock Mudmaster GG B100 takes the top position on today's list because it represents the fullest and most complete answer Casio has yet given to the question of what a watch needs to be when the environment around it is actively trying to make it stop working, and the answer it provides covers every conceivable threat, with a thoroughness that no other watch at any price in this category matches. The Mudmaster's defining engineering achievement is its mud resistance, a triple-layer sealing system that protects every gap, crown, and button interface against the infiltration of fine particulate matter that standard water resistance ratings entirely ignore. Sand, clay, fine soil, and debris that would jam conventional crowns and compromise conventional case sealing are rendered irrelevant by a construction philosophy that treats the real field environment as the design brief rather than laboratory water pressure tests. Triple sensor technology, compass, altimeter, and barometric pressure delivers the environmental awareness that field and search and rescue operations demand, while multiband 6 atomic timekeeping and Bluetooth smartphone synchronization ensure that the time and date information displayed is always absolutely current and correct. Tough solar charging keeps the power supply self-sustaining indefinitely under normal field conditions, eliminating battery management as an operational consideration entirely. The carbon core guard case construction achieves military-grade impact resistance at a weight that extended wear does not punish, and the overall ergonomic design, large, clearly differentiated buttons operable with gloved hands, a crown and pusher layout that prioritizes accidental activation protection, reflects a genuine understanding of how people use watches in genuine field conditions rather than how they use them in product photography. The Mudmaster GG B100 is not the most elegant watch on this list. It is the most capable, and on a list defined entirely by capability, that makes it the undisputed number 1. The Casio G-Shock Mudmaster GG B100 retails for approximately $300 to $350 USD.